The People's Court, today at 4:30.
Nicole, you can begin by simply stating your full name.
Nicole Travis Drake Kavanaugh. I'm sorry, I don't know how to proceed.
Nicole, just tell everything in your own words to Miss Mason, the way it happened.
Well, I suppose I should go back just a little way. Everyone here knows how I felt about Nora, almost from the time she started working for me as a secretary. I say almost because I wasn't aware at first what a totally evil woman she really was. But even from the first, she was trying to destroy our marriage. I don't know why. Vindictiveness, jealousy, I suppose, but when I did find out about it, I fired her. And I thought that was the end of it. I'd forgotten that she existed, and I hoped that she had forgotten us until a few months ago when suddenly she came back into our lives and began spreading these vicious lies about Miles.
Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you. I knew from that moment that she was beginning to rule our lives, our future happiness. So I tried to placate her, I tried reason, I tried to ignore her. Nothing seemed to work until I finally realized that maybe money would be the only thing that would work. Actually, I didn't make the first offer. She made the demands, and I agreed to them. I knew from the very beginning that I was being blackmailed, but I didn't care because for $25,000, she said that she would name the name of the person who actually beat up Barbara and provide proof of their guilt, and that would clear Miles' name. So, I thought that if I could get her statement on videotape, that it would be far more conclusive than either a written or an oral statement. So she agreed to it, and we decided to meet at WMON after hours on that evening. And I thought that that would resolve the problem once and for all.
Just Nicole, excuse me, Derek. Nicole, the idea of revenge, or the idea of killing Nora, never entered your head before you went to the studio, right?
No, I just wanted to get her statement on tape and pay her and then be rid of her.
All right, so you went to the TV studio at the appointed time, right?
Yes, I did, and Nora was already there. She was waiting for me.
No. Wait a minute. TV studio is locked after hours. How did Nora get in there?
Well, she must have had a key from when she worked for me before.
Well, but there was no key found on her body.
Well, I don't know what happened to it.
All right.
So, I started the tape, and she sat in front of the camera, and she started talking, and then all of a sudden, this sort of wild, crazy look came into her eyes. I should have known what was going to happen, but she began to describe with this malicious pleasure the fact that she had absolutely no intention of helping Miles. And suddenly, I hated her. I've never hated anything more in my life, and I don't know what happened. This just sort of this rage overcame me, and I just looked for something. I looked for anything I could find, and I found this black cable, and I didn't mean to. I was just overcome by this, I don't know, it was like this force that was greater than my own conscience, and I simply killed her. That's what happened.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Pampers. America's mothers trust their babies to Pampers Dryness. And by High Point Coffee, the coffee lovers decaffeinated.
Thank you. Rushing for an 8 o'clock curtain every night means giving up a lot of things, but coffee isn't one of them. I always have time for my favorite instant, High Point decaffeinated. I don't want extra caffeine. I'm active enough, thank you. But I am a coffee lover, so I expect more. Like this delicious aroma. And just look at this deep, rich color. Of course, coffee lovers know it all comes down to taste. That's rich. You know what makes High Point taste so good? Deep brewed flavor.
Try Deep Brewed High Point. It's the coffee lovers decaffeinated.
You're gonna love it.
I'm savings director of the McBride family. My job is to stop waste, like cutting off the outlaws of the past when no one's watching. Tough job, because I want what's right for my family. That means cushion quilted Pampers. I've tried bargain brands. Pampers help keep my Sally a lot drier, and dryness is what I want for my baby.
Look, wet a Pampers and the average bargain brand. Wait a minute, slip in a blotter. Pampers cushion quilted lining helps keep babies a lot drier.
Howdy. On this ranch, sheriffs wear hats. Deputies wear Pampers.
They sure help keep her drier.
Cushion quilted Pampers helps keep a little baby a lot drier.
Miss Ann Hillsborough engaged to Charles Cross. That's the third time around for her. Well, I'll send her a card. You see, I gave her 10% off last time. I'll give her 20% off this time. Oh, good morning.
Morning.
Why, you're Mrs. aren't you Miss Raven Alexander?
Yeah.
Well, how nice to see you again, Miss Alexander. What can I do for you this morning?
Well, I trust that this is the place I can get a wedding dress.
Of course, of course. Oh, how lovely. You're going to be married. And don't tell me, let me guess, this is the happy bridegroom.
Oh, no, this is my father.
Very funny.
Oh, Miss Alexander, do you have a delicious sense of humor, but you can't fool me. Congratulations, Mr.
Deborah.
And felicitations to the bride.
Thank you.
Now tell me, when is the happy day?
2 weeks. That's what we've agreed upon, isn't it, Raven?
Yes, darling.
Oh, my goodness, 2 weeks. Well, then we must get busy fingers busy, mustn't we, my dear?
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
Exactly, but don't you worry about a thing. I'll see to it that your dress is ready right on time. Oh, my, and with your figure, we can give you a divine fit. You're going to be an absolutely scrumptious bride. Now, first of all, we must talk about the style. And then I have some beautiful sample dresses and suits.
No, I don't want any suits. As long as I'm going to go through this again, I might as well have the whole works.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll leave the scrumptious bride to your busy fingers. I have a business appointment.
Yeah, how am I going to get to the other shops, though, and get home?
Don't worry, I'll send the car back to you in, say, 2 hours, okay?
Okay.
See you later.
My, what a perfectly charming man. Deborah, that's French, isn't it?
If you don't mind, could we just get on with this? I don't have all day.
Oh, sure, yes. Well, I'll get those samples. L'amour toujours.
All right, what else do you have there, Smith?
Mrs. Ferguson is giving a dinner party in the atrium of the museum to honor the mayor on the 14th.
No, I'm not going to go to that. I don't like the mayor. He's a pompous ass.
Well, the Phil McCarthys are giving a buffet cocktail party on the 20th to celebrate their 10th wedding anniversary. The dress is optional. I've checked your calendar. Are you free that day?
Well, send a present and my regrets.
You're certainly becoming reclusive lately.
I might say that.
Skye, you know you never go anywhere except for the next room. I mean, a few business appointments and that's it. Anything social, you just throw in the wastebasket. You've actually managed to cut yourself off almost entirely from the outside world.
All right, so I've cut myself off, Spencer. Big deal.
Well, I'm not bringing this up out of idle curiosity. I like to consider myself your friend, and you've given me reasons to be concerned. That's why I'm asking.
Well, thanks for your concern.
Well, maybe you're just interested in one particular social event. Is that it?
What event would that be?
The wedding of Raven Alexander to your friend Ian Devereaux.
Couldn't care less. As a matter of fact, as soon as I find out the exact date, I want you to make arrangements for me to be out of town. And get off my back, Spencer, and stay off it.
Whatever you say, Mr. Whitney.
I'm sorry, Spencer. I didn't mean to jump down your throat like that. Yeah, hello? Well, if it isn't my good friend Ian. Yes. How are you, old friend? Oh, nothing much. I'm just sitting around taking care of some business with Spencer. Yes. Yes, well, I plan on being in all day. Oh, that'd be delightful. Why don't you stop by? I'll be expecting you. Within an hour, you say? Good.
Well, good morning, Camilla.
Well, aren't you going to invite me in? It's bloody cold out here.
Of course, although I'm afraid I can't ask you to stay. I'm having a conference with Mr. Whitney, and neither of us have any time to spare.
Well, neither do I. I'm on my way to work.
To work? You got a job?
I am going to try to earn my living for once. I thought it would amuse you to hear that, Spencer. Thank you for not disappointing me.
Oh, Camilla, you are a study in sarcasm this morning. Thank you for not disappointing me. But please tell me where and what is your new job?
I thought you'd never ask. I'm on my way to the Whitney Theater, where henceforth I will be the assistant to that darling young producer.
Oh. And that, of course, is the reason you dropped by to tell me how you were getting along with Mr. Wiley. Is that it? I think you've been taking lessons in jealousy from your future sister-in-law.
Don't be a fool. Raven Alexander, and you can carve this in stone, will never marry my brother. Never. That's a promise.
Oh?
Well, hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work I go.
Camilla, don't forget your poisoned apple.
Renews it.
Renews it. Use it. Open, lose it, a little or a lot.
It all depends on the odors you've got.
Renews it in the closet, open just a touch.
Renews it in the kitchen, open this much. Renews it in the bathroom, open wide.
Helps keep your house smelling fresh and clean inside.
Renews it.
Renews it. Use it.
And we're priced right.
Darn, my sink trap's clogged.
Do you know what's clogging it?
Who knows what's down there? Grease, food, hair.
Better use Crystal Drano, the all-purpose drain opener.
Isn't liquid plumber's all-purpose?
No, it may not work on tough grease clogs.
Will Drano?
Yes, Drano works on grease and food and hair.
Wow! I never know what the clog is, so I'll use all-purpose Drano.
Drano, the all-purpose drain opener.
All right, this way, guys. Be careful of that light. Take it easy. Yeah. Good. Careful now. Watch over here. All right, listen, can you just set it up where those lines are right there? It'd be nice. Where I've marked it. And also, can you sandbag it after you're done that? I'm going to need a couple of 8-footers. I'd appreciate if you could bring them in as soon as possible. Right. And listen, Peter, if you got a moment, can you bring down number 4 about 3 feet? Sure. Thanks a lot. Jody, what are you doing here? What a surprise. What is it? Something's wrong.
It happened, Gavin.
What happened, Jody?
I don't know where to start because I don't believe it. I mean, I can't make myself believe it.
All right, please tell me what it is.
Nicole confessed to killing Nora Fulton.
Oh, my God, don't tell me.
No, it's true. Derek Mallory was at our apartment last night. She told him then. She is now down at police headquarters making a formal statement.
Oh, Jody, I'm sorry.
My whole family is destroyed. Miles, Nicole, Adam, all of us, and we all owe you a debt of thanks.
I don't understand.
None of this would have happened if it wasn't for you. But you had to tell them you saw Nicole running out of that studio, didn't you? You couldn't wait to tell them.
All right, just stop it, all right?
Mr. Integrity himself! Well, I told you if anything ever happened to her, I would never speak to you again. And now the worst thing has happened. So I mean this. Don't you ever call me again, do you hear me? Don't you come near me. Because I don't want to see you, and I don't want to know you, and I don't want to hear anything from you ever again. Do you understand?
Chewy gooey, making chewy gooey cookies, making homemade fun with Duncan Hines cookie mix.
If you love hot out of the oven homemade cookies, you're gonna love making chewy gooey cookies with Duncan Hines cookie mix. Fun baking cookies that are chewy gooey homemade good.
Oh, we love to mix them, love to bake them, love to eat them. Duncan Hines is chewy gooey homemade good.
Duncan Hines cookie mix.
Chewy gooey.
Homemade good.
Excuse me, what's a good cold medicine?
Lots of them say it'll do everything.
Even help my chest cold?
Oh, you do have a problem.
Yeah.
Try New Head and Chest. It helps clear your head and your chest. Even the leading cold medicine can't do that.
New Head and Chest drains nasal passages so you can breathe easy with no drowsiness. And its moisturizing action loosens and helps get rid of chest congestion.
Hey, head and chest really works.
Right. New Head and Chest. Clears your head and clears your chest.
What a joy. This is shine.
Without towel drying.
All this. And it smells lemony, too.
Until New Joy, I used to dry off ugly spots.
Now dishes dry, practically spot-free.
Fact is, other leading brands can dry leaving spots. New Joy's unique anti-spotting formula lets dishes dry practically spot-free, down to the shine.
Beautiful shine.
Without a towel.
Try new Lemon Fresh Joy for a beautiful shine, without a towel.
So sorry you have to wait for this. She's almost done. You can sign it, then you can go home.
All right. Did you say I could go home?
Yeah, for the time being.
Oh, good. I'm so very tired.
I'm sure you must be. Want some coffee? Anybody want coffee?
No. I certainly could use a cup of coffee.
Help yourself.
Derek, you suppose that somehow this could be kept from the press, at least until, it's just that when the press gets a hold of this, there's going to be no peace for Nicole.
Well, I don't know. There's only so much I can do about that.
It's a great story. Too bad I can't cover it.
Come on. Come on. Well, interrogation? Yeah. Chief, see you. Yes. Hold on a second. Nicole, Mike and Nancy Carr outside. You want to talk to them?
All right.
Yeah, send her in. Hi,
I can't believe this is happening.
Oh, Nancy, I'm so glad you're here. I didn't think you'd ever want to see me again.
Nothing could keep me from here at a time like this.
Mike, I didn't expect to see you here.
My office was informed of your statement, Nicole, but I'm not here in an official capacity. I'm here as your friend.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I just love you all so much. Well, I've made an official statement to Derek. I don't know how I'm going to make a personal statement to both of you.
Oh, please don't.
I wish I could relive that night, but I can't. It's past. There's no way I can return what I've taken. I just hope that someday you can forgive me. And no matter what the provocation, I had no right to take another life.
Mike, can I go see you for a minute?
Thank you. You can go.
Thank you, Stacey. Mike, read this statement. You'll see that there's grounds there for second degree or maybe even third degree murder.
Cliff, you can be sure we'll do what's right and fair. We'll do everything we can, but please, don't ask me to make any promises.
Might as well take this one.
My, you certainly are easy to please. If I didn't know better, I'd say you were a little, Low on enthusiasm.
Whatever gave me that idea?
Now, I think you're just tired from all the excitement. Now, I'll just go write this up and, oh, look. We're finished just in time. There's your limo waiting for you out there.
Oh, okay, I'll go take this long.
Really is a hell of a thing to be celebrating. Oh, Raven. She really is going to have to marry that man. Come in, come in. Ian, pleasure to see you. Come on right in.
Hello, Skye. It's good to see you again.
Oh, great seeing you. May I congratulate you on your wedding to come. It's great, it's great.
Thank you. Thank you for your good wishes.
I must say you don't look much like the nervous bridegroom to be.
Well, no, I'm really quite calm about it all, surprisingly enough. I suppose it's because I feel sure of myself.
Well,
at last.
I'm glad to hear that. I mean, after all, my old man, you are getting quite a handful in Raven, you know.
Well, that's the reason why I like her. She's so quixotic, so full of spirit. There's nothing dull about Raven at all. I'm just hoping she'll turn me into a more interesting person.
Well, come along, Ian. I mean, you don't need any lessons. I've always considered you to be an interesting man.
No, not me. I'm just a stodgy investments advisor. Nothing interesting about that, Skye.
Yes, well, even if there aren't thrills and chills in your business, at least the money is steady.
One of the reasons I came over was to ask you if you'd like to come to our engagement party. It's the day after tomorrow.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I've got so many business responsibilities right now. I don't see how I can rearrange them. If only I'd had more notice.
Give it a second thought, would you, Skye? It'll mean a lot to me. Besides, you're the only friend I've got in Monticello.
Welchkins, wake up!
But it's the middle of the night.
But our grapes are at their peak of perfection right now.
And for Welch's grape juice, that's the only time we pick 'em.
So get picking. See, now they taste as sweet as can be.
Delicious.
So naturally delicious, we never add artificial flavors.
Or colors. That's Welch's grape juice.
Take it from the Welchkins.
Nobody else's tastes better than Welch's.
Keep picking.
Look for Welch's grape savings in Sunday, January 30th newspapers.
It's new, it's new. Today there's Silky-Ins hairspray.
Silky-Ins, the new conditioning hairspray. Silkens your hair, yet holds like this. Inside every drop of hold is a tiny droplet of Silky-Ins conditioning for silk control.
Soft as silk, soft as silk. Today there's Silky-Ins hairspray.
Silkens your hair, yet holds like this. Silky-Ins.
Byron Henry.
If I'm called active duty, I'll go.
Oh, that's mighty big-hearted of you.
You have a real talent for disappointing your father.
Measuring himself against the person he loves the most.
But you guys, load torpedoes, come on!
Herman Wook's The Winds of War premieres February 6th.
Your only friend in town. Well, in that case, I certainly don't see how I can turn you down. I'd be happy to come to your engagement party.
Oh, that's great, Skye. I'm delighted.
When's the big day?
Friday after next.
So soon?
Well, there's no point in delaying it, is there?
No, of course not.
Your Aunt Geraldine has been most gracious. She'll be giving the wedding, of course. And there'll be a small party afterwards. But with Geraldine, it's bound to be a memorable day.
Oh, yes, you can always count on dear old Aunt Geraldine.
Oh, by the way, may I use the phone?
Oh, yes, please do. It's right there on the desk.
Raven's at the bridal shop, choosing a dress. I ordered a car. I want to make sure it turns up on time.
Montrose Bridal Salon.
Hello, could I speak to Raven Alexander, please? This is
Ian Devereaux speaking.
Oh, Mr. Devereaux. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Miss Alexander left a few minutes ago in the car you sent for her.
Well, that's odd. The car isn't supposed to be there for another half hour.
Let me out! Somebody come let me out of here!
Hello, Miss Alexander.
Hello, Snell.
There's more to cleaning than meets the eye. I found out most toilet bowl cleaners only make the bowl look clean. They don't disinfect, so they can leave germs in the bowl. But Crystal Vanish can kill these germs. It actually meets the hospital standard for disinfectants. Only Vanish has Chloride Plus disinfecting crystals. It not only removes stains and odors, more important, it kills germs. Vanish disinfects. Lots of products don't. For me, the bowl's not clean, unless it's Vanish clean.
This is Joan London. For early news, it's World News This Morning, Monday on Good Morning America. Mothers who give custody of their children to their husbands, plus Willie Nelson and Gene Kelly. Also next week, Allie McGraw of The Winds of War, and Irma Bombeck visits Liberace's home on Good Morning America.
Tonight, the Queen of England's coming, and the mansion's a mess when the painters go on strike on Benson. Then Oscar scalps a theater ticket and winds up in jail on The New Odd Couple. After, a terrifying ghost story comes true when ancient sailors rise from their watery graves to seek vengeance in The Fog, the ABC Friday night movie.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight.
Will Ronald Reagan run for a second term?
Crisis Point, Reagan at midterm.
Does Ronald Reagan really know or understand what is happening to his presidency?
ABC's World News Tonight, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
It's sensational. It's spectacular. It's Levitt's Super Sale, Levitt's greatest furniture inventory reduction sale, now through Saturday.
Hello, everyone. I'm Connie Tom reporting from the Eyewitness Newsroom. Coming up at 5, the story of a man that police say has committed something like 500 acts of child molesting. Gloria Rojas is going to have that report. Also tonight, the West Coast braces itself for more bad weather, and we'll also have this.
You know, there are some video games that are just impossible to master, oops, but they tell me there are some ways you can get good. I'm John Buchan. We'll explore them.
And we'll tell you about a train that can go 250 miles per hour.
Aunt Millie, refill.
Oh, bless your husband's appetite, huh?
He thinks I make it. I soak off your labels. How do you make a spaghetti sauce so thick and good?
Chunks of tomatoes, my herbs and spices. Everything 100% natural. No sugar added. A good old-fashioned sauce. Taste.
Aunt Millie's had a good old-fashioned taste then. It has a good old-fashioned taste now.
Millie, I couldn't make that.
I'll give you Jaws with
to join us.
Come daydream in a private cove.